Hello. I forgot my Blue Yeti cable at home. Hold on, I'll be right up. Probably doesn't make a super big difference, I'd imagine, though. No one's watching. I actually like this. This actually looks like it's actually could be a pretty good setup, actually. Right here. No one is watching. Nobody's watching. By the way, Cavalcade is my album of the year. Again, it was Center Get Ready for a bit, but now it's back to Cavalcade. I just love Cavalcade so much. I think the new Injury Reserve album coming out, though, holds a lot of potential, but who knows? I am sadly missed out on the vinyl, though, because I went to order it, but it didn't accept PayPal, and I didn't have my credit card with me. I was at home, so didn't get it. I missed out on it, and I was so mad. I was so sad. No feed for you. Come on, let me go get stuff. Oh, by the way, one thing I'm gonna probably do an unboxing video on pretty soon. No, there's still no one watching. That's weird. Where is everybody? Oh, there's someone. Hello, person watching. Cavalcade's my album of the year still. Who is here? Who's watching? Hello, person watching. Hi, Rudy. How you doing? Oh, by the way, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you already know this. The Injury Reserve album is like got a vinyl release yesterday, and I went to go pre-order it. It said it's limited to 1,000 copies, and I went to go pre-order it only to find out it doesn't accept PayPal. And I couldn't buy it because my credit card's at home, and then it went out of stock, and I was so mad and I was so sad. I really wanted it because it's really excited for their new album. Rip Groggs, really sad he passed away. You like Injury Reserve? You know who they are? That's good. You're doing good. That's good. I kind of heard of them, but I never listened to them. They're pretty good. Their album Floss, well, their mixtape Floss is really good. It's probably my favorite they did. But I feel like their new album has potential to be their best. But Floss is my favorite they did so far. Floss is really good. It's a much more pop kind of sound though, but it's really good. Floss is really good. I don't think they really have a bad album yet. They didn't release that many albums, so it's just like about 2 mixtapes. They figured their album so far. But yeah, you should check them out. They're pretty good. Their new album is going to be called By the Time I Get to Phoenix. Oh, what you doing? I'm just hanging out. Their new album is going to be called By the Time I Get to Phoenix, and it's I don't know if it's either a reference to Isaac Hayes, because Isaac Hayes has a 19-minute like cover of a song called by a country musician named Glenn Campbell, which I don't know. Maybe that's probably what it is, but I'm not sure though. Maybe they just called it that because they're from Arizona. I don't know. That would make sense too, I guess. I really hope it gets restocked. I really want it to get restocked, please. I hope it gets restocked maybe on September 4th, because I'll be home tomorrow. I don't know, either that or just late September 3rd. Then I could get it. Probably late September 3rd, like around 5 or so. I don't know. But rather I would go on it like September 4th or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. Nothing at the moment. Just hanging out. The two singles they did are really good. They're out for the album. Have you ever heard of a group called the Tiny Atari Teenage Riot? Yeah, they're pretty good. They're the group that started digital hardcore. You know, Alec Empire, the main member of Atari Teenage Riot, he's pretty good too. He actually did a live album with Merzbow. That's pretty good. Like the Japanese harsh noise musician. And I actually think it's better than I think that Alec Empire's solo stuff is better than Atari Teenage Riot stuff. But he has a really good live album called Live CBGBs, New York City. It's really good. It might not be for everyone though, but it's like a really harsh noise sounding like a breakcore album, power noise kind of thing. It's really good. Definitely try to check it out. And he has an album that's really, really long. That's pretty good too. Like a 2-hour long album or so. What was it called? Intelligence and Sacrifice. But I think that live album's better. But it's still pretty good. But yeah, I like Eternity Teenage Riot. I like Delete Yourself or 1995. I think it's the original title of it. But now they had to name it Delete Yourself. I think digital hardcore is a pretty underrated genre, actually. Because, like, I don't know, you would think it would get some more publicity because Death Grips are pretty associated with the digital hardcore genre in their later stuff, you know. But there are some like Machine Girl is pretty popular. I guess you could probably say they're probably the most well known in digital hardcore. I'd probably say, you know, they started out as more like hardcore breaks or whatever. But I think I like their digital hardcore stuff better. Like the what is it called? Like Because I'm Young and Arrogant. That's probably my favorite release they did. And then like but there's also another really good digital hardcore group you should check out. It's one of my favorites. It's called Rabbit Junk. They're really good. They kind of mix like alternative metal with digital hardcore, and they're actually a couple. They're like a husband and wife, which is cool. And he has another group called the Shizit, just a lot of the same members. It's pretty good. Well, it's just him and some other people. And they also kind of do like metal and digital hardcore. And if you guys don't know what digital hardcore is, it's basically a mixture between like hardcore punk and hardcore EDM. Basically, is what it is. Well, it's like hardcore punk with electronic dance music influence, like hardcore electronic dance music. No one's watching now. McLovin. Oh wait, you mean like from the what's it called? Like Super Bad? I am McLovin. Is that what I don't know. That movie's pretty funny. Oh, I won't do that again. Yeah, I watched that movie and it was weird and hilarious. I haven't seen it like all the way through, but I've seen like a bunch of it. Like I've seen it on TV before. I've seen that clip though of the with like the what the fake like ID card or whatever. But I haven't seen the whole movie though. I've seen like a bit of it on TV before, and I've seen like it's on Netflix though. I should try to watch it. I'll try to watch it like next time I can on Netflix. Yeah, I think it's a sex comedy, and I usually don't like sex comedies, so but who knows? Love Exposure is kind of a sex comedy, but it's one of my favorite movies. It's also 4 hours long and does all different other things. Ah. It's gone on Netflix? Oh shit! No. Let me see if it's anywhere else. Probably not. I was actually gonna try to watch Mulholland Drive off um, HBO Max tomorrow, but I mean, I've seen it tons of times. I just want to watch it again. It's one of my favorite movies, but it's not on HBO Max anymore. But so I just basically just rented it off of it was on Prime because I had a bunch of reward points. So I just thought I'll just do that. Oh no! Wait, hold on. It's still on Netflix. At least it says. Hold on. Let me see. It says it's still on Netflix on Google. That's usually what I do. I just Google it. I don't know. Who knows? No, it's wait. Hold on. Yeah, it is off Netflix. You're right. Yeah, it is off Netflix. Oh, that's too bad. Oh well. Must have got taken off recently. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a bar. Cavalcade's still my album of the year, by the way. What's your album of the year so far? You know, one thing that kind of surprised me. Oh, Call Me If You Get Lost. Oh, that's up there. Definitely not my top 10, but it's somewhere around there. I'd say it's probably my third favorite. It's probably my like top 20, not my top 15 or my top 10, but my top 20 probably. But Call Me If You Get Lost. It's probably my third favorite release Tyler the Creator did. Probably. It's only good album of the. It's only good album of this year. I don't think it's the only good album of this year. Definitely don't think that. I actually think this year is actually a pretty good year for music. I think. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything that's. Hold on. Oh, to me, yeah. I mean, that's fine. I personally think this year was a pretty good year for music. I personally think that's just me though. But let me think. What else was there? I was gonna say. Hold on. I don't know. Oh yeah. I don't know if you heard this. I don't know if you know who Halsey is. She's a musician that I really didn't like. Really, I really didn't like her music. Halsey. I'd actually I remember she was on that song with the Chainsmokers, "Closer." That I hate that song. But Nine Inch Nails produced her new album, and it's actually good. It's actually not even a pop album. It's like an experimental album. It's like an experimental like alternative rock industrial album with some punk elements, and I did not expect her to go in a direction like that, but it's actually good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like one of the best of the year, but it's good. It's definitely the best thing she's ever done. I'll probably give it an 8 at the most, probably. Really top 20 though. Maybe not in my top 20. I don't know. Maybe in my top 25. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, not a fan of Halsey, but Closer is probably my favorite thing she has done from what I've heard. I don't like that song at all. I hate that song. That's just me though. I'm gonna listen to her new album soon. It's pretty good. I feel like her fans are like, what the hell is this? I don't understand. Why can't she sing like pop music that I've heard that has a sound and structure and lyrical themes that every other pop album I've listened to has? Why is she doing something different? I don't know. I just imagine her fans would be upset because her new album is really experimental and different. I think she has a good voice, though. Hey, sound ominous, by the way. I bet. How you doing? Another one, I'm really excited for that Silk Sonic. That's going to be absolutely incredible. I just know it. That Silk Sonic with Bruno Mars, the Anderson .Paak. I don't think they have a release date for it yet. I just looked it up. What is that cover? Well, yeah, the cover art's really weird. It's supposed to be based off of some kind of like painting, but the cover art's really weird. I don't know why they use that as a cover, but yeah, it's weird. I'm good. What about you, Ty? I'm doing good. Yeah, the cover is kind of disturbing. I had to admit. I don't know. They have a version where the little baby's hand like covers up her nipple or something. I'm doing good. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I when I was at this house, so I remember to bring my microphone, but I must have forgot to pack the cable because I unhooked the cable and I packed up the microphone. I must have forgot to put it inside the bag. Okay, that's good. I sound fine. That's good. Do I sound better or worse? Or do I sound about the same? I noticed that when I would use this on stream, like not anything that wasn't a stream sometimes, it would just sound really, really crackly on this thing for some reason. I don't know why. No real significant difference. I gotcha. Well, these are good headphones, so yeah, I don't know, maybe that's why. Maybe less crack, like you said, but audio wise, it's about the same. Oh, I gotcha. So it sounds better with these headphones? Really? Hmm. That's interesting. Let me see if let me try to listen to myself. Yeah, this would be a really good setup, actually. This area, I feel like this could be like, I put a hello, hello. There's more feedback. I just like not feedback, but there's more background noise. Like this kind of little it blocks out the background noise. There's definitely more background noise. Wouldn't say better, but I don't know. I guess it's a bit weaker, but not by much. I gotcha. Yeah, it sounds decent though. Sounds good enough. Good enough. Ah. I don't even know I have this guy here. I just like that. For some reason, I feel like he needs to be in frame. I don't know why. He needs to be on the camera every single time. I don't know why. But I actually feel like this would be a good setup area. Like if I were to do blogs or something like that, this would be a good setup area. Like maybe put some posters in the back or something, you know? Have you listened to Halsey's new album? I was just talking about it, man. Are you asking him? Or yeah, I was just talking about them. Oh yeah, yeah. I listened to it. I've listened to it like oh crap! I've listened to it several times, maybe 3 or 4, maybe longer than. Actually, I probably listened to it like about 8 times or so. I kind of feel like a lot of the praise, probably just goes more towards Nine Inch Nails than it really does her, just because they're really good. They're just really good producers, you know. They're just very professional producers. Like I think Trent Reznor's like one of the most talented producers ever. Yeah, so I don't listen to Halsey. I don't think I'm interested in mainstream big artists going in a weird route like Charlie XCX. That's all right. I like Charlie XX a lot though. I like her more experimental stuff quite a lot. Pop twos, one of my favorite mixtapes. It's Pop 2 by Charlie XCX. That's my favorite release she did is Pop 2. Oh, by the way, guy, I was talking about, I don't know if you know about the new Injury Reserve album that's coming out on September 10th. But yesterday they did a pre-order for the vinyl, and I really wanted to get it. And I was there, and I went to go buy it, only to find out it does not accept PayPal. And I couldn't buy it because my credit card's at home. And it sold out, and I was so mad, and I was so sad. I couldn't get it. I was so upset. I really hope they restock it because I really wanted it. Because I feel like it has potential to be one of my favorites of the year. I feel like it maybe even has potential to be my favorites because I like the single so much. It's definitely going to be their best. I can imagine that. I mean, I can maybe, I'd guarantee, I'd highly assume it would end up being their best. But my favorite they did so far is probably Floss. Floss is great, I think. Ever listened to 1,000 Suns by Linkin Park? I've listened to some songs off of it. I haven't listened to it all the way through, though. I've listened to a few songs from it. I know it's like they kind of went in a more artistic direction on it. I've heard though, from what I heard. I listened to "Waiting for the End" and "The Catalyst." It's my favorite release they did though is probably the Hybrid Theory EP, not the album, but the EP. But if you were to say something else, it'd probably be the Meteora. I just wanted to truly apologize for everything. I'm so sorry for my attitude. It's assumption. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Hey, Darian. Oh, hi, Darren. Hi, Darian's. All right. And I forgive you. I accept your apology. Thank you for apologizing. First two albums and that remix was decent. The rest is pretty underwhelming for the most part. I haven't. I've heard of the. I know what remix album you're talking about. I haven't never listened to it though. It's called Reanimation. Maybe that's what it's called. But my favorite release they did though is probably the Meteor, the Hybrid Theory EP. But if you were to count just albums and not their EPs, it'd probably be Meteora. Gotta say. Hey Rudy, yeah, Rudy. All right. Reanimation is pretty. I've never listened to it. I'll have to go give it a listen though. It sounds interesting. I just don't want this to happen again. I got you. I'm sure it won't. Who knows? No, it doesn't. Everything's all right. Hybrid Fury is my second favorite. I got you. What's your first favorite? My favorite's not the Hybrid Fury album, but the Hybrid Fury EP. Like they all like before the Hybrid Fury album, they actually went under the name Hybrid Theory instead of Linkin Park, and it was the EP. None of the songs on the EP showed up on on their on the album, but it had like songs like High Voltage and Carousel and some other. It was like a very like I think I like it more than I think that's my favorite release just because I really like Mike Shinoda a lot. I think he's a really good rapper, and he's very, very prominent on it. It's much more of a rap rock album than it is a new metal album, but it does still have that on it. But it also has a lot of electronic influence on it too, which I like. I care a lot about you. I care a lot about you too. My first is Meteora. That's cool. They should have stopped after Meteora. Hmm. The last album they did is Poo Poo. That like what is it called? Like, the one where it's the kids on the beach or whatever. That album's really bad. Linkin Pop. Yeah, some people accuse them of selling out, like trying to sound like 21 Pilots or something like that. And unfortunately, like Chris Bennington killed himself the same year, which is upsetting. It's too bad. Oh, Chester Bennington. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Chris. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chester Bennington. My bad. Just want to let everyone know Ty is such a great person. Oh, thank you. Their last album with Rockstones is Hunting Party. I heard that was one of their better albums, though. I've heard. I heard some people said the Hunting Party. I haven't. I think I may have listened to it, but it was so long ago. I don't even remember what it sounds like. I think I've listened to some songs off of it, though. I know I definitely listened to some songs off of it. Last song I thought was quite good from the them was Castle of Glass. Haven't heard the song since. Oh yeah, I actually know that song. I actually do like that song. Actually, it's off Living Things, I think. But I do like that song. I haven't listened to the whole album all the way through though. I'm going to. It's going to be a great time when we first meet. It's going to be a great time when we first meet in person. Yeah, it will be. I'm excited for it. I mean, we already met. We already know each other. We met before. Yes. You probably said Chris because of Chris Cornell committing suicide before Chester. He was really depressed when that happened. Plus, everyone giving him crap for that pop album got too much for him. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, because he was. Some people have said that they believe that his friendship with Chris Cornell was a big reason why he did it. Because he apparently committed suicide on what it would have been Chris Cornell's birthday, and he killed himself the same way by hanging. Which is sad. Yes, it's sad. Yeah. Well, that's not something to laugh about. That's all right. Yeah, it is sad. They were probably one of the better new metal bands, at least. You will always have that. Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably say Linkin Park was probably one of the better ones. Deftones is definitely the best new metal band, my opinion. System of a Down's really good too, which some people it's really arguable whether or not System of a Down is really even a new metal band, though. Some people don't consider them one, but um, let's see. What's some other good new metal bands? Corn is pretty good. Slipknot's pretty good. Mudvayne is pretty good. We didn't really talk much when we knew each other. Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, because I went to school with her, But we didn't really talk a lot. But we just knew each other. I was laughing at what you said when you said we've met each other already. Oh, okay. I got you. Like I'm tan, kind of. Yeah. Oh yeah, Deftones. I found this. Um, Amy of Change, and it is definitely the best song I heard in the whole genre, if you consider it as such. Ever heard of Avenged Sevenfold? Yeah, the Avenged Sevenfold is decent. I mean, they're not a group I listen to a whole lot, but I like their most recent album. I'm trying to remember what is it. Um, and I used to listen to their self-titled one a lot. I'm trying to remember what the album from 2016. I think that one's pretty good. I think like their self-titled one has a lot of crappy songs on it, but it also has a lot of their best songs. Like A Little Piece of Heaven is a really good song, I think. The Stage is definitely my favorite they did though. It's The Stage. I think The Stage is actually a pretty good album. Especially the last track, like the 15-minute song called Exist. They are at their best when they do shredding solos, when they do slow ballad type songs. I gag. No? Well, I mean, I think that A Little Piece of Heaven is good though. That's a good song. Does anyone think this would actually be a good setup? Boy, I don't know if I got something that looks like this. I guess. When would you still like? Would you still like for me to send you the green bracket from the bracelet set I have? I'm not sure what you mean. Try to send me a picture of it. I'm not sure what you mean. You can send it if you want. That's fine. This can go up. Probably. No, maybe not. I don't know. Heaven, Heaven is decent, but I meant more. So songs where shadows is the main focus, and he yells over this mellow song like so far away that so those are their worst type of songs. Yeah, I got you. Oh, guys, I'm actually working on an EP with some friends. I wanted to tell you guys. I don't know if you guys know Gabe from iFunny, spelled GXBE, like that. He actually started. He actually is the person that started the like snap. This one's going in my cringe compilation with Shrek. He started that meme, and he's also the. I don't know if you know the photo where it's the guy turning into sands. That's actually him. That's also another meme that kind of game big somewhat. Um, but I'm doing an album with him, and then also one of his friends. It's yeah. You don't remember me telling you about the matching couples bracelet I have? I think I do. I believe so. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Can't wait for the Shrek EP. Well, it's not going to be Shrek related. I'll tell you that much. It's not going to be Shrek related. That sounds cool. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know who that is though, but he's one of my online friends. Uh, but anyways, I'll tell you this, guys. I'm not good at all when it comes to playing guitars. I'm not good at playing guitar. Um, bummer. I'm not good at playing guitar. I barely know how to play it. I do produce, but I much more enjoy doing stuff like ambient and glitch and plunderphonics and like I don't know, like noise stuff like that. But I will do a bit of some producing on it. But what I do well, in my opinion, I feel I'm a decent lyricist and I'm a good vocalist. That's mostly what I'm going to do. One of the songs I'm writing is. You still want me to send you the bracelet? Yeah, sure. That's perfectly fine. You can send me it. I'd be happy to get it. I'll wear it. But one of the songs I came up with this myself is basically the storyline's a bit dark. It's a story theme song, but basically what it is this is the song I wrote. We're all gonna have our own song that we write, but basically what the story is, it's a bit dark, but it's not like insanely dark. But basically, there's this person. It's about this guy who has his girlfriend, and he doesn't treat her well. Like he treats her really badly. But one day she comes home. It says that she's scared because some person followed her all the way home. That this person's been stalking her, and so he goes in his car and drives after the person. He sees him in his yard, and he starts driving after him. And he drives all the way to his house, and he sees that the person's like rich. Oh, and the guy brought his gun with him too, by the way. He sees that he's rich. He lives in a mansion, and so he crawls into this window into his house. He drops the gun onto the floor on the he drops it while trying to climb up to the window, and he's too far up that he just can't get down. So he attempts to go he goes inside the window and attempts to go down into the house, but he already sees the guy down over there, and he has his gun. He found his gun and he's pointing it at him, and then he says, like, I know why you're here. I know you're here because I was stalking your girlfriend, but here's what I'll do. I want you to take your gun and I want you to go find your girlfriend, go home and kill her for me. And if you do that for me, I will kill myself and you can have this home for yourself. Move out of that crappy cockroach infested home you live in, and you can live in this mansion. And all you have to do is kill your girlfriend for me. And so he agrees to do it. And he goes home and he goes over to his girlfriend and puts the gun to her head and tries to shoot her, only to find out the gun's empty. Like the click sound, it's empty. And he's shocked, but all of a sudden he's shot in the head. He's shot in the head, and it's the guy, the rich guy. And his girlfriend runs over to him and embraces him. And you find out that this guy wasn't stalking her. She was someone she was seeing on the side, that she made up this story so she could get rid of her abusive boyfriend and hook up with this successful guy that treats her better. And it was, that's basically I don't know. That's basically the story I made up for it. You are indeed a good vocalist. You killed the Comsussor Todd cover. Oh, thanks. If you like to make more ambient electronic music, I see you do that before playing a guitar. Yeah. You still want... that made me really happy to hear you say. I'm so excited to send it to you. Oh, thanks. You make me so happy, Ty. Oh, thanks. Same. What do you guys think of that story? I wrote up all the lyrics for it, too. I was done writing all the lyrics for it. Did you make up that story? That's one hell of an anime betrayal. Yeah, I made it up myself. I made it up. I told them about the story, and they said they really liked it. They said it sounded like something out of a movie, they said. But yeah, I made it up myself. Well, that's going to be the story I'm going to write for the song. Oh, and also I forgot to mention this. So there's also going to be a part in the story where when he goes, he says to his girlfriend to go get in the other room, and um, he goes outside and sees that he's still there, and he so he goes over and grabs his keys and he gets in his car, and his girlfriend actually, and it says this later in the song that his girlfriend snuck out while he was going into the garage, whatever, and looking for his keys. His girlfriend climbs into the rich guy's car, and hides in there. And then once his gun falls, his girlfriend takes it, and the rich guy empties all the bullets, and then gives it back to him. So he's going to have a gun without bullets, and that's why it's when he tries to shoot it, it's empty. And then he just takes one of his guns that's loaded and shoots him with it. Cool. I can't believe Donda just released. Yeah, I was surprised. He released it out of the blue too. I was surprised on that. He released on Sunday, which is fitting. His Christian holiday thing. Um, I thought it was good. I thought Donda was good, but I wouldn't say. I would say it's probably. I'd say it's probably better than, I don't know. I'd personally say it's one of his weakest releases. I personally say, like, I'd say it's probably just as good as Graduation in my eyes, and I think Graduation is one of his weakest releases, but I also think it's good. It's still good. Um, it's definitely better than Watch the Throne, and it's definitely better than Jesus is King, but I wouldn't say it's as good as everything else he's done, though. Let's see, but it's pretty long. It's like almost 2 hours though, but it was decent. I thought it was decent. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites of the year though, but I'll always be here for you no matter what we go through. Oh, thanks. You sound like a good story writer. It was interesting to hear. Oh, thank you. Donda is such an aesthetic album. Yeah. My favorite by him is still My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's still. Oh yeah, it's also definitely better than Yay. It's definitely better than Yay too. I'd say my favorite is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, then probably Late Registration, then probably The College Dropout, then probably Kids See Ghost, then let's see, then probably The Life of Pablo, then 808s and Heartbreaks, and then probably Graduation, and then probably Donda, and then probably Yay, and then Watch the Throne, and then Jesus is King. Jesus is King is so bad. Maybe not so bad. It's not good. I do not like Jesus is King. I was surprised that he brings Marilyn Manson to his stage on Donda listening party. Yeah, I was shocked. And the big reason why, there's many reasons why that would be very strange. One of them is the fact that Marilyn Manson made fun of Kanye West for his Christian stuff. Like he was making fun of Kanye West because of his religious stuff. Another thing is Marilyn Manson is a Satanist. He's invited on a Christian album. And another thing is that Marilyn Manson is also a sex offender now. I mean, not a sex offender towards children, but a sex offender as in women ever coming out saying he sexually assaulted them. And it sucks because I used to listen to Marilyn Manson music, and I think he's a pretty good musician. But apparently he's not a good person. I used to actually talk about how I thought he was a good person because he said something about the Columbine shooters. He said something like, because some parents said that they believed that they listened to his music and they felt that he was somewhat responsible for it somehow because they liked his music. And they asked him, what would you do if you were to see these kids today? And like, if you were to go to these kids today, if they were still here, what would you say to them? And he said, I would listen to what their problems and what they had to say like no one else did. I thought that was an interesting response. The label rushed it out because Ye didn't, hence why it has no cover and was unannounced. Well, I don't know if that's why it doesn't have a cover, because it did have a cover. I mean, it had 2 different covers that were made for it. They just ended up making the cover art blank. I don't know why they did that, though. I might head off to bed soon if you need me before you go to bed. I don't mind you calling or texting me. Okay, that's fine. I'll text you. And hope you have a good night. Hope you sleep well. Sweet dreams. Love you. Have a good night. My bad. Well, that's unfortunate though. Never cared much for. No, wait. Never cared much for. His pretentious. Marilyn Manson. His pretentious persona. Always thought Nine Inch Nails and Fear Factory were much better. Yeah, well, they are better. Nine Inch Nails and Fear Factory are better, but I still like Marilyn Manson music. I think Mechanical Animals, I think, is a great album. I think, but yeah, you're right. Nine Inch Nails and Fear Factory are definitely better than Marilyn Manson. Nine Inch Nails for sure. The Manufacturer is one of the best industrial metal albums ever, in my eyes. And it's a classic album. I think The Manufacturer is. I'd probably give it a 9 if I were to rate it. It's definitely their best. Is The Manufacturer. That's a great album. If you want to hear some really cyberpunk, futuristic sounding metal music, you should definitely check that out. You too. Love you, Ty. Love you too, Darren. Have a good night. Best girlfriend ever. Really hope I won't be put on Wiki Feet, which I probably won't because I'm not well known enough. We're all liars. Huh? Guess who's going to jail? Guess who's going to jail? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who's going to jail tonight? The Manufacturer is pretty good, but I always like Obsolete better. It sounds eerie / doomier, and Resurrection is the best industrial metal song I've heard in the genre. Obsolete's pretty good too. I personally prefer Demon Manufacturer though, but Obsolete's pretty good too. I wonder why they chose a name like Fear Factory though, because it doesn't really sound very like because all their music is like about like science fiction and cyberpunk, and it doesn't really sound like a very cyberpunk name. But who knows? But yeah, Obsolete is pretty good too. I'd probably give Obsolete like a 8 if I were to rate it 1. But Resurrection, yeah, it's a really good song. I don't know, Resurrection is probably my favorite song off the album actually. But Edge Crusher and Shock are really good too. And so is Descent. It's been a while since I listened to that album though. It's been a while since I listened to their music in general. I think I've only listened to Obsolete like once all the way through. I've listened to Damn Manufacturer several times all the way through though. Kind of like have some groove metal stuff in them too. One question. Yes? What's your question, Rudy? I don't know what Radiohead album I'll get soon. I don't know what Radiohead album I'll get soon. What do you mean? Like you ordered some albums by him? What'd you get? Found a video of Resurrection with an Evangelion video. It's quite good. That's what an AMV is, by the way. Oh, AMV. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know it. I guess the screen is kind of far away. I thought it was a lie. Yeah, I know what AMVs are. I used to watch them all the time as a kid. Like when I was in the Sonic, I would watch Shadow the Hedgehog AMVs all the time. Since you didn't get it with Deftones, I gotcha. I don't have Radiohead albums. Oh, did you order some, or like what Radiohead albums did you order? My favorite by them is In Rainbows, and then probably Kid A, and then probably OK Computer, then probably Moonshaped Pool, probably The Bends, and probably Amnesiac, probably Hail Little Thief, and probably probably King of Limbs, and probably Pablo Honey. Pablo Honey's not good. That's their worst album, definitely. I just got into those. I know AMVs are quite old, but you better late than never, I guess. I gotcha. what radio album I'm gonna get soon. What radio album I'm gonna get soon? What radio album are you gonna? You don't know which one you're gonna get soon. Like you ordered some, you don't know which one's gonna arrive first. And Rainbows, yeah, and Rainbows is their best in my opinion. It was Kid A for a while. Kid A was my favorite album of them for a long time, but I think In Rainbows is so good. That's how I got the correct opinion. Yeah. Oh yeah. Jigsaw Falling into Place is one of their best songs, I think. It might actually be my favorite song they did. Jigsaw Falling into Place. What's going on? I think I'll probably get OK Computer or Kid A or In Rainbows. Oh. Yeah, Weird Fishes is a really good song too. You're right. Weird Fishes is great too. I personally would get In Rainbows. I think maybe you should try to listen to those 3 albums because those are definitely all 3 of those albums are their best. In that order, like not in that order. I'd probably put them in reverse orders. I'd rank them In Rainbows, Kid A, OK Computer, but most people would probably say OK Computer, Kid A, and Rainbows though. But I would go the reverse order. But try to listen to those 3 and then see, which one should get. But I personally would choose In Rainbows personally. You know what's interesting? Last year, there were 2 different artists that did covers of Weird Fishes, and one was called Weird Fishes, and I forgot who sang it. It was this kind of soul singer from England did a cover of it, and then this electronic artist did a song called Arpeggi, and it was an instrumental version of it. And I thought that was interesting. It was probably intentional. One artist did a cover of Weird Fishes called Weird Fishes, and then the other one did a cover of Weird Fishes that was instrumental that was called Arpeggi, because the song's called Weird Fishes and Arpeggi. All I Need is a sleeper hit. Really good if you like their eerie songs. Yeah, All I Need is really good too. That's actually one of my favorite songs off the album. Every song off In Rainbows is good. Every song off In Rainbows is good. Every song off Kid A is good. I'd even say that every song off OK Computer is good. Although there are some I don't love every single moment of every song, but OK Computer is a great album too. I do think I would probably give it a 10 though, but I would probably say that it's not like my favorite album I'd give a 10 though, but I think it's still a pretty good album though. Definitely an album I love, absolutely love. But Radiohead's also one of my favorite bands though. But In Rainbows is like one of my top 10 favorite albums ever. Like one of my top 5 favorite albums ever, actually. All right, well, I'm going to end the stream pretty soon. So if you guys, any other things you guys want to ask me, any questions, anything like that? See you later, Rizak. See ya, Rudy. I had fun talking to you guys. I had a pretty good time this stream. I had a pretty fun time talking to you guys this stream. Maybe more stories later. That was cool. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'll try to plan on writing some more stuff. I'm actually trying to write a story. Actually, I've been holding off on it for a while, but I'm actually writing like a story. It's going to be pretty long. I intend to release at some point. But anyways, hope you guys have a good night. It was fun talking to you guys. Have a good night. See ya.